Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough. It is time for another of the extras, and this time it is time, so many times, to take on the delight that is Fruit Ball! Yay! So, Fruit Ball, easily my least favourite of the trio. It's just pretty awful in general. There are only actually 3 opponents that you need to face in order to get everything, which, great! But in terms of, actually playing, not helpful. So, first off you have to face down the Bruisers, who are a pain, but are certainly beatable. Round 2 is the delight that is Chippendale, and then round 3 is Captain Dark / Captain Justice, who is a cheating asshole. Plain and simple. I hate him. I mean, I've looked at things that say, like, how do I beat him? And pretty much the general thing is you use the triangle to, smash as much as possible, and you've just got to aim. But obviously it is difficult to get that aim on sometimes, and I've not actually figured out how to properly manage it. Hey. But yeah, so the key thing with Fruit Ball is 5 types of fruits. Bananas, if they take too much damage, they split into banana peels. If you step on them, you're stunned. You can rotate the analog stick to speed up the recovery process, but pretty much what you want to do is spike them at your opponent to get them on the opposite side, and then you stand a better chance at stunning them, at which point you can then go into your scoring quite easily. Grapes, obviously, when they take a certain amount of damage, they split off in smaller grapes, and each individual grape can score a goal, so they can be excellent for getting extra points in, but actually pulling it off, it's a risk and reward strategy, really. Watermelons, because, they are so bloody gigantic, there's a chance that if they hit you, you'll be stunned, and so, rotate the analog stick to speed up the recovery process. Pineapples, because they're spiky, if they hit you, they can stun you, so rotate the analog stick, and apples just have no special effects. But I think generally what the recommended route for success to go is just mash triangle, and then press X to shoot. So yeah, you want to bump it and then fast shoot is what I think is the recommended thing. I just got very confused and was just mashing buttons constantly, so I'm really terrible at Fruit Ball. But we are gonna, at least get to see all of the fights, even if I don't necessarily win them all. So yes, here we go. Chippendale, who are tiny but they are terrifying. But I will say what I do find to be quite awesome is that of the side games anyway, I do believe that Birth by Sleep has the most in terms of the side games. I mean, Chain of Memories might match it. Because Chain of Memories, you've got Monstro's Belly Brawl, which I wouldn't really count as a minigame, because that's just a fight. So you've got Balloon Glider, Whirlwind Plunge, Bumble Rumble, Tigger's Jumpathon and Veggie Panic in Hoodbaker Woods. 358 over 2 days has got Beginner's Training, Practical Application, Chance Challenge, The Games, and Grandstander. Actually, I wouldn't say quite a few of them are real mini-games. Birth by Sleep has got Command Board, Rumble Racing, Ice Cream Beat, Fruit Ball, Battle Missions, and then the Arena, so that's got 6. So actually, because Recoded's got System Sector, Side-Scrolling, 3D Shooting, and Labyrinth, and Dream Drop Distance has Dive Mode, Light Cycle, Flick Rush, and Training Toys. So yeah, actually Birth by Sleep has the most mini-games of any side Kingdom Hearts story, which it's quite fun. And I am okay with this. Although I'm obviously not okay with Fruit Ball and how stupidly chaotic it is, and just how bad I am at this mini-game. Like, my god, I am awful. But yeah, basically the gist that everyone says is triangle to bump it, X to shoot, and as you hit X or just before, you've got to hold the joystick in the direction of the goal. Unless, you know, you are you're bumping a Banana Bunch, in which case you want to smash it at your opponent. So maybe if I took this on another time, I might actually do better against Captain Dark / Captain Justice. I might try it at some point, maybe. I don't know. Probably not for the time being, because, you know, I've actually got to, you know, record some other video games, because, you know, the playthrough's nearly over and I kind of need to, win that. Get that sorted, because otherwise there ain't going to be many more content. And I did, you know, say I was going for another year, so I gotta get on with that, really. Oh god. And also, it's quite funny because I'm doing this commentary session like a couple of days after getting back from my wonderful London theatre adventure. I was down in London for a week seeing all sorts of shows. It was delightful. I loved it. I was going to record some commentary the day after I got back on the Sunday, and my body was just like, no. So I'm having to do this on a day where normally I would be putting up a part, but I'm not, because I'm busy recording and I don't have time, and I am just going slightly out of my mind already, which is hilarious and ridiculous, and my god. But yeah, like, I had an entire lovely week off, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, back to the grind. Thankfully, you know, I was able to record commentary for all of the week I was away and pre-upload it, so it was all there ready to go, and I was just like, yes, get in there, success. But yeah, coming back, it was just like, oh yeah, still need to do that. It's the curse of whenever, you know, you go on holiday, all of a sudden things pile up. Like, I got back to work and I was just like, oh yeah, there's the pile of emails. It wasn't actually as big as I was expecting. I was expecting a ludicrously large amount of emails. I didn't actually get that. I just had actually half decent amount of emails to deal with. So I've actually managed to sort of get on top of where I am in terms of all of my work, which is great. I love it. And I swear that Pete was just taunting me right there by all of the things being on his side, but me not actually being able to do anything to hit them. It was just like, really? I was so close. And then he gets bloody grapes on me. And then it was just a case of, oh god, I just have to do everything I can to try and protect my gold. And it just was not successful. As you can see, this is proof of how utterly terrible I am at Fruit Ball, and how particularly awful I am against Captain Dark, but also, well, Captain Justice, but also how much of a cheating bugger he is, because he just seems to, you know, block every attempt you have at hitting towards his goal, like, ridiculously so. And because of how the nets appear, you just end up in situations where you're kind of just completely screwed over. And I know that's me blaming the game and everything, and yeah, it totally is me blaming the game. I should just get good. But I do find this to be a really frustrating match, and it's why I tried it numerous times, and in the end I was just like, you know what, this shot lock is not worth it, so I just left it, because yeah, so what you get from this is the Chaos Snake shot lock. So if you want all of your shot locks, you're gonna have to do this, but also, you know, there is a trophy for beating all of Fruit Ball. But as you can see, just I could not be less bothered about pulling this one off, because just no, I can't be dealing with it. It's too bull. Although, you know, maybe if I'd bumped and done a fast shoot rather than anything else, that might have worked, but hey! These things happen. If I recall correctly, this is actually the closest I think I got to victory. So that's why I decided to keep it in, because it was just like, right, show how close I got, and then, you know, I can go cry into a nice cup of tea or something. Which reminds me, I really should have a cup of tea again, so I haven't had one in ages. But then I really shouldn't really be having much more sugar, because I've had many chocolate bars and ice creams over the past week and a bit. So, probably not a good idea. My teeth will not be liking me right now or after that, so probably, yeah, let's just stop on the sugar high. Oh, that Captain Justice is taunting me. I did have hope at this moment in time that I could win, because I was just like, it's only 5. It's only 5 points. I can do this. And then it got a little bit closer, and yeah, then it just started going really badly south really quickly. As you can see, so yeah, the moral of the story is smash and then shoot if you want to stand a chance at this. But the other moral of the story is just don't play Fruit Ball, it's terrible. And anyway, with that loss, we are going to move on to more interesting and more fun climbs, so let's get to that very quickly.